Good morning. My name is Arlene Ruggles, and I am currently the Pastoral Support Chaplain in Lambton Presbytery. I have been holding this position since 2009. September the 26th, 2010 has been officially designated by Lambton Presbytery as Chaplain Sunday, in recognition of and support for the important work that goes on behind the scenes on your behalf for the ministry personnel and their families of Lambton Presbytery. I want to take a few moments to fill you in on the position as it currently stands, and to share with you some of my hopes for the future of this ministry in Lambton Presbytery. One of the questions I often overhear congregational members asking is, why do we need a chaplain for the clergy? The brochure, which was recently sent around to congregations, attempts to answer that question in some statistical terms, pointing out the personal needs that ministry personnel continue to experience in serving you, the people of the congregations. I would like to respond to that question in a more personal way, by asking you some questions. Why does your church have a pastor? More specifically, have you ever felt the need for pastoral support around the death of a loved one, or a job loss, or perhaps with a child who is having difficulty at home? Have you ever asked a pastor for support around a change in relationships or a conflict between yourself and someone else? Or perhaps you've sought out the support of your pastor in facing life challenges that raise questions of faith as a result of the challenges. Has the timely presence of a pastor in your home or in your personal space made a difference when you have needed someone to show God's caring love to you or someone that you love? All these and other reasons, I suspect, are reasons why you might need a pastor in your church community. And if you don't think that your congregation needs a pastor, that might be an important conversation to have as well. Ministers are people just like you. They experience loss and grief, change and conflict just like you. They often have deep hurts from past relationships and questions of faith they struggle with in private. They worry about you, and they worry about their families at times. And sometimes pastors can feel very lonely, even with all of your caring extended around them. Ministers need a pastor too. They need a safe space and person to whom they can vent, where they can share in both the joy and the challenges of ministry work without fear of judgment or pressure, and with confidentiality with their employers. Just as you value your friendships, family relationships, and professional supports like your doctor or your chiropractor, you would still see the church's pastoral ministry as having a specific role in your life and in your congregation's life. Pastoral care has an irreplaceable function. Lambton clergy families are my congregation. Many of the same dynamics that go on in the church are experienced in my relationship with clergy. When the relationships are healthy and supportive, much good work can be done efficiently and with good results. When stress and conflict exist, the ministry of those affected affects the whole work of the church. As Paul reminds us, we are one member of another. We are members one of another. When one rejoices, we all rejoice, and when one suffers, we all suffer. My hope for this Chaplain Sunday is that you will see how connected we all are to one another, and that the work of Christ's ministry takes place as a whole, the invisible parts of the body being given even more honor, as Paul goes on to say. The chaplain's position needs your congregation's financial and prayer support to continue its good work in this presbytery. I need you to understand that whether I am personally here in Lambton or not is not the issue. The issue is that the need is there, even when it isn't recognized or obvious. There are pastors who need a pastor. And more than that, the pastors need a chaplain who can stand by them and with them and act as an advocate for healthy pastoral relationships with congregations, with M&P committees, and with other administrative processes of the church. In the future, if properly developed and funded, my hope is that this position can be developed and extended to include more directly the work of congregations with the pastoral relations committees and the M&P committees, offering training and support in pastoral relations, pastoral visitation, and conflict resolution. This is already being done in other United Church presbyteries, notably here on Perth, where the clergy chaplain has been functioning on this level for several years. I hope that the possibilities will continue to grow. So please join with me this year in this very important and fledgling work and show your support of ministry personnel this Sunday and every day as we share in the mission of God to the world together. Thank you for listening, and may God bless your church through our service together.